If something is illegal and you're aware that it is, then most people are motivated to behave ethically and not break the law. However, there's a great deal of potential for ethical dilemmas where the situation is less clear and the decision-making process is more problematic. Again, companies or individuals might choose to exploit this situation for personal gain. It might not be illegal, but would you choose an unethical option? The purpose of business is to make a profit, but is it ethical to value profit above all else? Is it okay to deliver poor quality products or services if it means you make more money? What about not delivering a promised service? At what point have you tricked people into parting with their money? On a personal level, is it okay to claim for an expense you didn't incur? What about making an excessive claim for expenses? What about making an insurance claim for a risk that didn't happen? Is it okay to take stationery home from the office? When does it become stealing? Have you ever called in work sick when you were not ill? It's not illegal to pay yourself a huge salary, but is it ethical if the boss earns many, many times the salary of a low-paid worker in the same company? If a worker fails to do their job, it's possible they will get sacked. On the other hand, the boss of a failed company could get a huge payoff, an enormous pension. What is an appropriate level of salary for a chief executive of a company? At what point do executive rewards become excessive or even obscene, even if they are legal? Do you agree that it's wrong if employers don't pay people a living wage? Do you think it's wrong to ask someone to work for free? Not volunteering. Asking someone to do a job of work for which they are entitled to be paid, even at a minimum wage. Would you be prepared to work for free? Do you expect other people to work for free? Should you continue to read the online newspaper for free, or should you take out a subscription? As we've seen, there is no shortage of ethical questions that people face. There are choices and decisions to be made every day. How do you know which of your actions are ethical and which ones might be considered unethical? How can you be sure what is acceptable or unacceptable practice? How do you know when you've crossed the line? Remember that ethical behaviour is not confined to how other people behave. We're trying to think about your behaviour. Which rules apply to other people and which ones apply to you? The question to consider is, when do you cross the line?